Hey guys, it's Noah, and I wanted to do a short video, um, just talking about how I cope and I manage my depression and my anxiety right now. I've been in a major episode for almost a year, and it has been better these last couple months, I'd say, than the 9 months before that, where I was truly barely hanging on. Some of the things I do to stay alive, I guess, and keep going is a lot of self care. I just wanted to talk about that because the way I deal with my depression and my anxiety is by following a pretty rigorous plan that has been put before me by many other people who have survived major depression, and by like my support team, like my counselors, my family, my depression support group, a lot of good literature that I've read, and of course my doctor that I see once a week. So I don't need this to be lengthy, and I'm only speaking from my experience, and I just want anyone out there who's depressed right now and very anxious, and agitated and feeling crazy and feeling scared, feeling suicidal. I just want you to know that there is definitely a way to survive this thing. At least it seems to be working for me so far. One of the key things I was going to bring up is that you have to kind of get to a schedule. Now, when you're depressed, you don't want to do anything, and you don't think you can do anything, and you don't feel like anything is possible. And what I've done, which has worked, it's hard to say if it like worked well for me, but it's kept me here. It's kept me alive. Is I've tried to go to bed at a reasonable time when I can, and if I can't sleep, um, I do my best to pray and to meditate, and I also do a mood journal every night. I do a mood journal, and I do a gratitude list with that mood journal, and I try to get up around the same time every day. I think that's important. I think that can help. When you're depressed, especially when you're anxious, you get stuck to your bed. You'll just lay in your bed for hours and hours and hours, just so afraid to get up because you can't imagine anything but pain is outside. But try to get out of bed, and try to do something destructive. I try to get out of bed and do a little reading. I listen to a little music. I basically just try to take care of myself. Do all the things that I wasn't doing before I had my major breakdown. I eat healthy, and I know that's something that many people already know about when you're depressed, but a lot of people are supposed to do that when they're not depressed, and they don't. And it took me having a mental breakdown and completely being ripped to pieces to start trying to do the basic things that might be able to help get me better. And eating has been a big change. I weighed about 230 pounds. I got up there during this episode. I'm now currently like 203, and I've just basically started eating better the last 2 or 3 months. In the first 6 months, I think I was trying to eat myself better, eat myself well, trying to eat enough to make me happy and take away that despair and that pain, and it didn't work. So diet's important, feeding your body the phytonutrients it needs from vegetables, lean protein, lots of water, it's important. And another thing I'd say is important is exercise, and most people know that. So I'm not. I might be preaching to the crowd, but let me tell you, um, when you're suicidal and you're barely holding on, it'll feel impossible to exercise. But I can't explain enough the little intangible things that exercise can provide you in terms of a little bit of serenity, perhaps, or just a little bit of distraction from your own mind. So I do 6 days a week. I do some exercise. I do P90X, and I don't know how I've been able to do it because my energy's been so low. Um, but I do it every day, and I think it helps, and I think it's important. The other thing is to reach out for support. You have to reach out for support. I reach out for support every week. I have a doctor's appointment. I have a depression support group. Um, I call my fellow members if I'm having a particularly hard day. I stay in contact with my group leader. Um, I communicate to my family how I'm doing, and my friends, those who have stuck by me through my depression. I think it's very important that you reach out for support, especially if you feel suicidal. It's the most important to basically trust your instincts and not your feelings. Your instincts are to stay alive, but your feelings are you don't want to. So express that to people, even if it's kind of embarrassing or you don't know how. Just try and let people take care of you. And what else can I say? There's a lot of things, I guess, that have kept me alive, but I think those are some of the key ones. And basically just to never give up for whatever reason, no matter what. And I got so bad that I was hospitalized. This video is starting to get long, so I'll wrap it up. But, I was in the hospital ready to die, and I know how bad it gets, and I think I said that in my previous videos. And I just want to say to anyone out there who's just surviving, keep surviving, I mean, I've been told by a lot of people that this was all going to happen for a reason. Depression happens for a reason, and I'm trying to believe that and try every day, and I just do the next best thing every day, even though I don't know what the results will be or if they will ever be. I just keep doing it. I remember people that love me, and try to remember that at one point in my life I really loved myself, and it's not my fault for becoming depressed. I had an allergic reaction to a medication. There are a lot of other reasons that people end up in major depression and agitated depression. And it's a terrible thing. But I guess try to keep trying. And please feel free to message me, make a comment, email me, or I'd like to be of service however I can in the most basic of ways. My credentials are, as I've said before, is I've been in a major depression for almost a year. I currently, take your medications. Sorry, that's what I was going to say. Take your medications. It's a scary thing. It's a weird thing. I was always against medications until I was so desperate that I was willing to try anything. I tried a lot of things, and I'm finally pretty stable on a couple of meds. And there's another thing, like if you have anxiety, and terrible anxiety, crippling anxiety, then take your, for example, I take lorazepam, which is a generic form of Ativan, and I take it when I need it. It's not a sign of weakness, and don't be afraid to use that tool. I probably use mine once every couple of weeks now, thank God. There's a time though I needed it almost every day. I just felt so bad. My heart would race so much, my hands would sweat, stomach would turn. I was so anxious, and I used it. So use medication as needed, as prescribed, and trust your doctor to do what he or she needs to do to get you better. Trust the process. I'm still trying to trust the process, so I don't want to act like I have it figured out, but I'm still kicking. And anyway, this is getting way too long. I'm sorry. My name is Noah. Please contact me if you need to, if you want to, or comment, or yeah, I'll try to do more of these, I suppose. The only reason I'm doing this is because I was searching YouTube for other people explaining to me their depression, and maybe one day I'll do a more structured, chronological sort of explanation of what's happened to me. But hang in there, and I'm trying to hang in here, and we'll check back in soon. Thanks, guys.